Oh, yeah, sorry. Somebody in chat said that this BBC interview is a good example of how much Western media has been polarized against Israel, especially compared to how it used to be. Hold on.
Israel described the Al-Shifa hospital as the main headquarters for Hamas's terrorist activity. This IDF animation, posted in late October, claims to represent the Hamas tunnel system underneath the hospital.
Yeah, where's the video? Where's the video footage of them entering the Red Barrel room? What the room where you can take out all the Hamas guards by peeking through the corner and shooting the Red Barrel rather than like fighting them directly. That's like a cool room. They built that for cool encounters.
But having been inside Al-Shifa since early Wednesday, Israel's yet to produce evidence of the tunnels. It has allowed the BBC and Fox News to film at the hospital, though only locations of Israel's choice.
This is what they found.
Israel also released its own 7-minute video, which BBC Verify has analysed. A watch, visible in that video, suggests it was filmed a few hours before the BBC arrived. And this IDF video was posted, then deleted, then reposted, this time without a section referring to an Israeli soldier who'd been held hostage.
I don't know when this was used the last time.
Also in the video, we see a room with an MRI machine.
And if you zoom in and we get some light over here, what you'll be able to see is military equipment.
The BBC was shown the same room. And what we see in the two videos doesn't precisely match. For example, there's one gun in the IDF video, two by the time of the BBC footage. Israel has told BBC Verify this is because more weaponry and terrorist assets were discovered throughout the day.
And as always, an AK-47.
Israel also says its video is a single shot with no edits. But this appears to be an edit. We don't know the reasons.
That does appear to be an edit, yeah. I've seen a lot of pixels in my time.
For that edit, nor how significant it is. The IDF, though, says suggestions it's manipulating the media are incorrect. The IDF video also shows military equipment in other locations, though we can't verify how it came to be there. And what we see in this IDF video doesn't equate to Israel's description of Al-Shifa as an operational command center for Hamas. The US is using a different phrase, saying Al-Shifa was used as a command and control node.
Thank you, United States, for continuing to lower the bar. What the f do you mean? What? Well, we were confident it was their headquarters, but actually it's more of a node. It was a very node-like hospital.
That implies a much smaller facility. Israel is adamant this hospital was a command center, but for now, at least,
it spawns terrorists every 8 hours. Yeah, if you hold a guy on the Al-Shifa hospital for like 10 seconds, you start getting one control point per second from that location.
Either not found supporting evidence, or it's not sharing it.
There's a lot of Tiberium at Al-Shifa Hospital. Did you catch Mehdi Hasan's interview? We're taking a look at a lot of stuff. This is good for me, honestly, because my throat is burning. Did you see them saying there were blast doors with fortifications and it was just radiological area doors with shielding? Yeah, we were talking about that when we watched the video. Like, they were probably just radiology doors because, like, hospitals have those. We just looked at that, Rave Dubin. Like, minutes ago. Why are there so many people watching on the day that I'm sick? Guys, if you want to cure me of my minor cold and make my throat not sore, hit the subscribe button. Give me money.
Operation is not one that we wanted, obviously. This war was forced upon Israel in the terrible attack of October 7th, and we are fighting back, and we will destroy Hamas. We'll dismantle their military machine, and we'll take apart their political control of Gaza. That's good for Israel for obvious reasons. We don't have to live in fear of terrorists crossing the border and killing our people and butchering our children in the middle of the night. But it's ultimately also good, and I hope you agree with me, it'll be good for the people of Gaza who deserve...
I fucking love Mehdi Hasan so much, dude. He's one of the few people on Twitter who has a big media presence, who acts like an actual person on Twitter rather than just like a bot account that republishes pre-selected clips from his show, you know? Mehdi Hasan actually uses his profile. Like, he's a guy. He's out there, you know? He's doing it. I ran into him in Spain once. Oh. The odd place to meet him, but I guess he has to travel a lot.
Better than this terrible authoritarian extreme Hamas regime.
the people of Gaza who are still alive. As I say, more than 11,000 people dead, reported dead, 4,000 children. I just want to pull up on the screen.
Hamas's numbers.
Hamas killed all of... Oh, those numbers are from Hamas. Okay, so again, this is what I mean by the best people to radicalize us against Israel is Israeli officials, because they can't help themselves. So his very first claim is like, yeah, no, there aren't that many dead. They're lying.
You say Hamas's numbers. I should point out, just pull up on the screen, in the last two major Gaza conflicts, 2009 and 2014, the Israeli military's death tolls matched Hamas's health ministry death toll. So, and the UN human rights groups all agree that those numbers are credible. But look, your wider point is true.
Can I challenge that? Will you allow me to challenge that, please? Can I just challenge that? I'd like to challenge that. I'll try to be as brief as you are, sir. Those numbers are provided by Hamas. There's no independent verification. And secondly, more importantly, you have no idea how many of them are Hamas terrorists, combatants. And
do you? Oh, dude, this is what I mean. Because by saying that, he's implying that he also doesn't know.
How many are civilians? Hamas would have you believe that they're all civilians, that they're all children. And here we have to say something that isn't said enough. Hamas, until now, we're destroying their military machine, and with that, we're eroding their control. But up until now, they've been in control of the Gaza Strip. And as a result, they control all the images coming out of Gaza. Have you seen one picture of a single dead Hamas terrorist in the fighting in Gaza?
Dude, you're so good at your job, bro. You're completely correct. Wow, I'm being polarized against Hamas as you speak. I haven't seen a single dead Hamas militant. You're completely correct. I'm really going to have to reevaluate my priors in this one. I love listening to Israeli officials talk, dude. Holy shit. Oh my God. It's like the closest we could get if Hitler was around during the time of international mass media, or like during the Berlin Olympics or whatever. You could have some CNN guy go like, and how did you feel about Jesse Owens winning, you know? And Hitler's like, dude, he's like popping meth like mid questions or whatever. Holy shit. He would say like, you know, like Jesse Owens' soul is white or something. It's just some incredible shit.
Not one. Is that by accident, or is that because Hamas can control? Hamas can control the information.
You asked me a question and you said you would
be.
be brief. I haven't. You're right, but I have seen lots of children with my own lying eyes being pulled from the rubble.
Because they're the
Hamas children, Hamaslings. Vaush, some former PMs are now saying the Hamas command center is in Khan Yunis. Oh wow, who could have guessed? It seems like the next Israeli state line is going to be that Hamas has moved the command center to southern Gaza. Well, it sure was nice of Hamas to cede their power by leaving behind 6 rusty guns at their old command center.
Pictures Hamas wants you to see. Exactly my point,
because they're
Mehdi.
dead,
They're
Mark.
the pictures
Also,
Hamas wants.
But they're also people your government has killed. You accept that, right? You've killed children, or do you deny that?
No, I do not.
Again, like they can't even do the things you'd think they do. Like you would think for a spokesperson, he would be like he would be like, you know, unfortunately, yes, civilians have died, but you know, what can you expect when like the terrorist group Hamas uses them as human shields? We have to clear their, like you would think some kind of measured thing, but he's just like, nope, I don't know that we've killed any children actually. Nope. No, he was saying he denies any children have been killed, I think. I think that's what he was saying. Both answers are bad.
I do not. I do not. First of all, you don't know how those people died.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah, that is what he's saying. He said, dude, all those bloodied child corpses, you don't know what happened. They could have tripped. There could have been like a wild dog, you know? And maybe that was like, I don't know, like an abusive parent. I don't fucking know.
Oh, wow.
First of all, we don't want to see...
Mehdi Hasan is just like, oh.
Your government has killed. You accept that, right? You've killed children, or do you deny that?
No, I do not. I do not. I do not. First of all, you don't know how those people died, those children. Oh, wow. First of all, we don't want to see a single child.
I sympathize with Mehdi Hasan so much here because it's one of those statements that's so optically destructive at the face of it that you don't even feel like you need to add anything to it. Like you don't even have like you kind of get shocked out of the debate bro thing for a second because it's like a reminder that you are dealing with a fucking monster.
Killed.
Yeah,
okay,
here's
my question for you, Mark. You say, I agree with you. I agree with you. We shouldn't blindly believe anything Hamas says.
Yeah, Israel's literally like, were those Palestinian children vaxxed? Did they get the jab?
But why should we believe
Correct.
what your government says either? Your military spokesman on Monday pointed to an Arabic document in the basement of a Gaza hospital and claimed it was a Guardian list on which every terrorist writes his name. But that was false. It was just a calendar with the days of the week on it. Your colleague in the Prime Minister's office, Ophir Gendelman, posted behind-the-scenes footage from a Lebanese short film and claimed it was Palestinians in Gaza.
Oh yeah, I didn't even cover this. This was insane. An official Israeli, an Israeli official, literally posted shots from a movie in Lebanon and was like, "This is like the backstage soundstage." This is a conspiracy theory from far right Israelis called Hollywood, like Palestinian Hollywood, where it's like, oh, all those videos you see of bloody children, that's actually being done in like a big elaborate soundstage that Israel, despite having total control over the West Bank, or sorry, over the Gaza Strip, can't locate or like identify or point out or whatever. They're all crisis actors. It's all Alex Jones shit, and it came from Netanyahu's cabinet.
Faking their own injuries. That with the days of the week on it. Your colleague in the Prime Minister's office, Ophir Gendelman, posted behind-the-scenes footage from a Lebanese short film and claimed it was Palestinians in Gaza faking their own injuries. That tweet is still up a week later.
This might actually be worse than the shit Russia tried. In terms of like propaganda Russia tried to use on the West, this is actually significantly worse. In terms of propaganda the Kremlin delivered to their own people, I think they've said more insane shit. But in terms of stuff that they tried to use to pull over people in the West, I actually think Israel is significantly worse. Yeah.
That is endless disinformation from your government, is it not?
I disagree, and I think on the important issues, look, I'll give you an example, Mehdi. Originally, we estimated... No, I'm answering your question. Allow me to answer your question. I'm answering your question directly, if you'll allow me.
Do you think he's going to directly answer the question?
We originally said in the atrocious Hamas attack on our people on October 7th, we had the number at 1,400 casualties.
I don't think he's going to answer
it. And now
we
revised that down to 1,200 because we understood that we had overestimated. We made a mistake. There were actually bodies that were so badly burnt, we thought they were ours. In the end, apparently, they were Hamas terrorists. When we make a mistake, we admit it.
Short on time.
Why does that give you permission? Why does that give you permission to accept Hamas's numbers? I don't...
When we make a mistake, we admit it. But in neither of those cases... Well, first of all, those are not acceptable mistakes to make. Accusing Palestinians of soundstaging and crisis actoring their death count is not like a mistake you correct. It's just a lie. What does that have to do? Okay, again, like he can't defend himself, you know, like he makes himself look worse. Nobody is watching this interview and coming away from it thinking, damn, you know, I think this guy really, you know, really made me reevaluate things. I don't think that many children have died in the Gaza Strip.
Understand.
I didn't ask about Hamas numbers. I said to you that your military spokesman...
but you were quoting to me before Hamas numbers, Mehdi. You were quoting to me Hamas's numbers.
Because the entire UN and the human rights community and the American intelligence community on Friday said they trust those numbers. But you're...
Yeah, there's no denying these numbers, by the way. Remember the health ministry, was it the health ministry or the Palestinian Authority? I forget. They put out like names of every Palestinian who had been killed up to that point, and they were verified. That whole list of 8,500 people had only one mistake on it. So yeah, it was the health ministry. Okay, the only time I ever doubted the reliability of the health ministry reports is when they said there were 500 dead from that hospital strike. But then it turned out that was a fucking mistranslation that never got corrected or picked up on from Al Jazeera English, which fuck them for that mistake. It was 500 casualties, including injured, which is way more reasonable. But that was a massive mistake, and that wasn't the health ministry's problem. Like that wasn't their fault.
Dodging my question, Mark.
I'm not sure that's true.
Why did your military spokesman on Monday point to a calendar in Arabic and say these are the names of terrorists on them? That's false. Can you accept that here and now?
I'm not aware of the incident.
Let's put up the image.
He just said the difference between us and Hamas is that we admit our mistakes, and he won't, like, in the same breath, he will not admit that there was a mistake. We admit when we're wrong, but also I do not admit to any wrongdoing.
The image. You have no
I can't read Arabic. It doesn't help me. I have no...
Holy shit.
I'm not familiar with the incident.
Does your spokesman
hang on, I have a question. Mehdi, you're a journalist. Have you made a professional mistake ever? not intentionally.
Oh, I've got a question for you, Mehdi Hasan. Why are you being mean to a little boy on his birthday? I'm just a little birthday boy, and you're being very mean to me right now, and I'm getting upset. I'm just a birthday boy, Mehdi Hasan. I'm just a birthday boy, and you're bullying me. I'm just a small bean. Me, dude. Oh my god.
But have you made a professional mistake?
Exactly, and I own up to it.
Have you made a
mistake?
So can
you own up to the mistake?
So if I've made mistakes, you've made mistakes, but there's a difference between making an honest mistake and between
an honest mistake, like the dead children in the Gaza Strip are crisis actors.
Hamas that deliberately exaggerates numbers to suit its propaganda purposes. There's a huge difference. So
it sounds like
it's like
so hold on. You said propaganda. Can we just deal with your colleague Ophir Gendelman's tweet? It's still up 7 days later. Why has it not come down? It's a Lebanese short film. We can put it on screen. It's not Palestinians faking their own injuries. Can we own up to that mistake and take that down? Is that not propaganda?
It's still my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. Why are you doing this?
Again, I understand that was also a mistake. And
so why is it still up 7 days later?
I'll speak to Ophir about it if you like. I'll speak to Ophir about it if you like. He's a friend of mine and a colleague. I quite like him. He's a good man.
He's not a good state propagandist. None of them are. They're all really bad at it.